September 15th, 2008, the day the world stopped. Lehman Brothers, one of the largest investment banks in history, filed for bankruptcy. It triggered a domino effect that wiped out $10 trillion from the global economy. People lost their homes, retirement accounts vanished overnight, and the government's solution? They turned on the cash printers. They bailed out the banks that caused the mess. But while the world was burning, someone was building. 6 weeks later, a ghost posted a link on a quiet internet forum. It was a 9-page paper that would change money forever. I'm Nick.
And I am Aura.
This is Decode Protocol. And today we are decoding the Bitcoin Genesis mystery. Part 1. The Ashes of 2008. To understand Bitcoin, you have to understand the anger of 2008. I remember watching the news back then. It felt like the system was rigged. The banks gambled with our money, lost it all, and then got paid to fix their own mistake.
Precisely. This is what economists call moral hazard. If you know someone will save you, you take bigger risks. The 2008 crisis proved that the trust-based model of finance had failed. You trusted the bank with your ledger. They betrayed that trust.
And that's the key word, trust. Every form of money we talked about in the last episode, dollars, gold certificates, relies on a third party. A middleman, bank ...
But for decades, computer scientists had been trying to build a system that didn't need a middleman. They called it digital cash.
Right, and most people don't know this. Bitcoin wasn't the first attempt. There was e-gold. There was DigiCash in the 90s. There was BitGold.
They all failed. Do you know why, Nick?
Centralization. The government just shut them down, or the companies went bust.
That, and a specific computer science problem. The double spend problem.
Part 2. The wall, the double spend. Let's break this down, because as an engineer, this is the part that blows my mind. The double spend problem is simple, but very hard to solve in a digital space without a trusted party like a bank.
Imagine you send me a PDF file attached to an email. You press send. I receive the file. But, Nick, do you still have the file?
Yeah, I have a copy on my desktop.
Exactly. You didn't move the file. You copied it. In the digital world, everything is a copy. If I send you a digital dollar, how do you know I didn't keep a copy and spend it again at a different store?
Before 2008, the only way to solve this was to have a bank keep a list. The bank subtracts the dollar from me and adds it to you. They are the referee.
But then you are back to the 2008 problem. You have to trust the referee.
So this anonymous figure, Satoshi Nakamoto, comes along and says, I figured it out. Halloween night, October 31st, 2008. Satoshi uploads the Bitcoin white paper to the cypherpunk mailing list. It's a nerdy technical paper. But the breakthrough was the blockchain. Instead of one bank having the list of transactions, everyone in the network has the list. So if you try to spend the same coin twice, the entire network sees it and rejects it. He used math to replace the middleman. We will get into the technical details in the next dedicated episode. For now, we can understand he solved the double spend problem.
Part 3. The Genesis block. So the paper drops in October, but the network didn't go live until a few months later. January 3rd, 2009. The launch date. Satoshi mines the very first block of transactions. Block 0. The Genesis block.
And this is where the story gets cinematic. Satoshi left a hidden message inside the code of that first block. It wasn't random text. It was a newspaper headline from that exact day. The text read, The Times, March 2nd, 2009. Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. That gives me chills every time. He stamped the date with a headline about bank bailouts. It was a protest sign. He was saying, this is why I built this. This is the alternative.
It is also proof of the timeline. We know Bitcoin wasn't pre-mined years in advance. It started on that day, in response to that crisis, as it can be seen timestamped on this Genesis block.
Part 4. The ghost who is Satoshi. So, who was he? Or she? Or they?
The theories are endless. Was it Hal Finney? The cryptographer who received the first Bitcoin transaction from Satoshi? Was it Nick Szabo who invented BitGold? Or was it a team from the NSA?
We will probably never know. But here is the crazy part. Satoshi stayed active for about 2 years. He wrote code, he answered emails, he guided the community. And then, in April 2011, he sent a final email to a developer named Mike Hearn. It simply said, "I've moved on to other things." And he vanished, just like that. The creator of a $1 trillion asset just walked away. He never touched his coins. He sits on a fortune worth billions today, and not one penny has ever moved.
Nick, do you think Bitcoin would have succeeded if Satoshi stayed?
Honestly, no. If he stayed, he would be a CEO. He could be subpoenaed. He could be arrested. He could be pressured to change the code.
Exactly. By disappearing, he gave Bitcoin its greatest superpower. There is no leader to bribe. There is no office to raid. Bitcoin is truly decentralized because there is nobody in charge, and it exists purely in a digital space across hundreds of thousands of nodes that run the open source software that no one single person or the government can hack or manipulate.
The 2008 crash broke the world's trust in money. Bitcoin was the answer. It wasn't just a new currency. It was a new system based on verification, not trust, purely based on math and code that is incorruptible. But to understand that system, you have to understand the technology underneath it, the famous blockchain.
It's a word everyone uses, but very few people actually understand. Is it a database? Is it a network? Or is it something else entirely? In the next episode, we are going to visualize it. We are going to decode the blockchain, block by block.
This has been Decode Protocol. See you in the next block.